Here we'll learn how to configure the Connect CERM integration, focusing primarily on its Connect settings screen. So this screen allows you to define the majority of the critical settings for setting up this integration. However, we'll also briefly discuss peripheral areas of Infigo which may need to be set up in tandem. So the first thing we're going to do is to navigate to the Connect settings screen. And here we must activate the Connect CERM integration plugin. So we have our list of enabled Connect plugins over on the first field that we have available there. We just need to make sure that Connect CERM is activated. And then click on Save. Now we also need to make sure that Connect CERM is being utilized to handle pricing information. So go down to the next field, which is Connect plugin to handle price, and make sure that you've got Connect CERM selected from the drop-down list. So this setting ensures CERM will be utilized for pricing displayed within the storefront itself. And then click on Save once again. So next we're going to navigate to our product management screen. So we must ensure that we have 2 required template products available. Now generally these will automatically be created during the configuration of your platform. And I can see that has happened in my case, and I've only just created this particular storefront. However, if they're not created automatically for whatever reason, they can easily be manually created. So make sure you check for those 2 template products. So the CERM integration requires 2 Infigo products with the naming prefix of master and then underscore. These are utilized during the reordering process of CERM estimates or CERM products, where the CERM system may not have an Infigo product to reference. So when you're looking at the product management screen, you should see, and if you can't see them, you should create 2 Infigo products. The names of both of these Infigo products should start with master underscore. Anything after that is personal preference. One of these Infigo products should be a stock type product, which you can see within the type column here. The reason for this is discussed in more detail in a later tutorial. However, this will be used when reordering CERM products, as there will be no dynamic element and a new artwork will not be required to be submitted. The other master underscore Infigo product should be a multi-part product, and this will be used when reordering from CERM estimates. So this is because although most of the specification will remain the same, users will be able to upload a new piece of artwork. And again, we'll discuss this in more detail in a later tutorial. So once we've confirmed those 2 products, we're going to navigate to our Connect plugin screen. And this is where we begin the configuration process of the Connect CERM integration. So if I locate the CERM entry, your entries in here will be a lot shorter than what I've got available. I'm going to highlight the CERM entry and then go to Configure on the same row. Now, most of the entries in this page will be covered in a couple of different tutorials. At this particular time, we're just going to focus on this top 2 series of entries here, which allows us to set up the initial configuration of our connection between Infigo and CERM. So a few entries that we need. One is the base URL. So this is simply the base URL of your CERM instance, which is obtained from CERM itself. Now I've got the relevant information for our iteration of CERM over on another screen, so I'm just going to copy and paste information. The next thing we need is a generic web user external ID. So CERM requires that every CERM estimate has to be connected to a user. In an e-commerce scenario, customers are potentially accessing your storefront and looking up prices without having access to an account within Infigo or within CERM. In order to offer this capability, it's required to create a generic web user on your CERM system, and this will be used for every storefront user that accesses without an account. When a non-logged in user browses your catalog, any CERM estimate called whilst they browse your site will be created against the generic web user. Once the user is ready to log in or register and place their order, that CERM estimate will be cloned and assigned to the newly logged in user. This ultimately means that anyone can view the catalog and request estimates from CERM without having to be logged in. So you must have created a generic web user within your CERM system and then placed the external ID of that user into this field within the Infigo Connect CERM configuration screen. Now, the next thing we need is our authentication details. So these are the authentication details of your CERM system. Please note that this is authentication using OAuth as a system. So all of the information that we've got here is in that particular format and terminology. So again, I'm just going to copy and paste that information that I've got elsewhere on my screen. So we need a token endpoint. We need a client ID. Client secret. Username. And a password. And all of this can be obtained from your CERM instance. Now I'm just going to go ahead and save that configuration. And I want to test whether my connection is now successful based on the information that I've input. So I'm going to go back to my plugins list up on the top left of the screen, locate my CERM entry, and then on the right-hand side of that particular row, we have the ability to test connection or check connection. We can see there that I have a message pop up in the bottom right-hand corner, which says my particular connection was successful. If that was not successful, it will come up as a red message box with some useful messaging as to what the failure was, so wasn't able to establish a connection, for example.